You take one with you next.
Nope.
With the hat.
We need the... Hello everyone, welcome. This is another community pharmacist vlog. Oh, this was my mum's homemade scone breakfast in the morning. I ate some Welsh cakes on St. David's Day, which was in March, and it was another day at work and I'm still cold back then. As you can see, I'm wearing a turtleneck and drinking a hot drink from a flask. I can be a freezer sometimes. I was doing some clinical checking for the care homes department. I like the textures and scents of all of these creams actually. It keeps my hands moisturised and smelling good. When you work in a pharmacy, you handle a lot of paper, cardboard and lots of other things, so your hands can end up quite dry, so it's important to wash them well and keep them moisturised. After doing some of the CD balance, it was my lunch break, and so I went to go and buy some vitamins. My mum asked me to, and then I went to go and get my dose of boba whilst eating my sandwich. This is my go-to boba tea shop because it's close to work and they use fresh fruits for their bubble tea, and they have an open kitchen so customers can see how and what is being used to make their drink. The lunch hour goes awfully fast, and so I went back to work and I did some discharge medicines reviews. I do sometimes like doing these because it allows me to sit down and get some downtime to work on one thing at a time rather than being pulled to 5 different places at once. Another thing I realised was that I am vertically disadvantaged, and so I need to have a stool very close by when I'm getting stuck for prescriptions sometimes. It was another day at work, but it was a different branch to the one I usually work at. A bit smaller, but it doesn't mean that it's not busy. One time after work, my colleague invited me over her house along with other colleagues for dinner, and she's Italian, feeding us proper authentic Italian food. Just look at the starters, we literally had 2 courses of starters alone. I swear it was so good, and I was getting really full even before the main dish, which was carbonara, made in a proper Italian way with no dairy cream. It was made out of egg, with pancetta that was brought over from Italy. I found out again how much I actually love pasta that day.
I keep searching, keep trying. The fear of the unknown is blind. And one day I know this chapter is gonna have a title, and I'll finally understand why I've been going through this spiral. 'Cause tears running down my face. Don't think that I'm okay. Stuck here in the struggle. They say to give it time. They say that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Tell me, where is the end of the tunnel? If there's a light in front of me.
This was when I did a big shelf sorting. Our creams are a mess most of the time, so our team tried to make it tidy when we can because it speeds up our dispensing and we can see what products we have and what we don't have.
When will I find my way back to the light? It's just hard to be patient. I'm so tired of waiting. Feel like my faith is fading away. I catch a glimpse of it, then it slips out of my fingers. When will I see the sun and find my way out of the winter? 'Cause tears running down my face. Don't think that I'm okay. Stuck here in the struggle. They say to give it time.
There is limited space, so I put all the excess stock in a tote and then moved them to our excess stock room, which is next to the care homes department. And it takes a few flights of stairs to get to, and now looking back at it, there are lots of doors as well. I wanted a sweet treat with my lunch, and so I went to the market and got a cheeky chocolate chip brownie. As I had double cover that day, I started in the morning at the care homes department checking interim prescriptions from the previous day. I don't usually start the day with interims, but I assume it was due to lack of staff the previous day, because usually all interims are dispensed that day and go out for delivery the same day because they are interim scripts. But hey ho, stuff happens. Just like how my nail broke. I don't like to keep my nails as long as I did on the video, but I was making sure they were long and well maintained because this was just before I went on my trip to Japan/Korea, and I had planned to get my nails done in Japan. I personally think nail art looks nicer on longer nails, but one of them had to end up breaking and it was really irritating me. So I bought nail clippers at work to trim and file it down before I start biting it and making it worse. I was very sad when this happened, but I thought of it this way. Although it broke, I told myself that all I need is extension on one of the nails and that it will be fine. When I actually got the extension done, I couldn't see or tell the difference between the extension and just my natural nail anyway, so happy days.